Hi, I'm Sam Staskell, hosting this week's episode of Funny Things That Happen to Real Estate Agents. Tonight, I have a special guest, Jen Murtland from Ohio. I'll bring her on in a minute. So if you're interested in being on the show or you have a funny story, please send an email to funnythingsre@gmail.com. Let's get started. Okay, let's bring her on. Here is Jennifer Murtland from Ohio. Hi, Jennifer.
Hey, Sam. How
Can I
are
call
you?
you Jen?
Yeah.
Call you Jen? Okay. So
me whatever. I cold call, so I've been called a lot worse. I promise.
That's something I've never done. I've never cold called.
It's awesome.
I'm scared to death of it, to be honest.
Why? Look, here's the thing. Like, they don't know they don't know you and they don't know where you live, but you know where they live.
In the creepy voice.
I could tell you some funny stories about cold calling. Just calling is probably a better word, actually.
I have never, it took me, I'm not kidding. It took me until like 2 years ago to be able to call and order a pizza.
Why?
I'm 42.
Why?
And because I don't know what they're going to ask me.
What do you mean? It's pizza. They're just going to ask you what you want.
I know, but I can't do it. Even now, like if we order from the, to go from the bar or something, bar restaurant, I make my boyfriend call it. I can't do it. I've even made my daughter call.
How do you eat anything? Do you cook?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
See, I don't even know how to cook. I have like 4 plates, literally, and it's only because my friends bought them for me.
No, I'm blessed with an awesome boyfriend that cooks every night. So
great, I'm coming over.
But we still order out a lot. Well, he orders. I pay or go pick up, and he calls and orders.
That is a great deal.
I suck at it so bad. But anyway, so you're in Ohio. Were you born and raised in Ohio?
Yeah, I was Cincinnati to be exact. So it's like Southern Ohio, and then we're right on Kentucky. So I'm licensed in Kentucky too.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Literally from my house, I can walk to Kentucky. It's that close.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool. Mm-hmm. And so how long have you been in real estate?
12 years, but I was an investor before I got my license. So we used to do a lot of short sales and stuff.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. So do you own a lot of rental properties and stuff?
I mean, I own some, yeah. I sold a bunch, but I own a few.
That's cool.
Yeah, I like it. It's fun. There's some interesting stories about I used to own a property management company too, and we managed over 185 rental units. Most of it was subsidized housing. So there's been some things. Yeah. As
a realtor, I hate going into rental properties because they're never vacant, ever.
No. Well, never. We don't want them to be vacant, Sam. That means we're losing money.
No, I mean they're rented, but they don't leave for a showing. They're there.
Oh, right. No. They don't want you touching them.
And they're always in bed. They're always in bed. What time of day you go, they're in bed. Always. And it's always behind the last door you open. I opened one. We went through the whole thing. I think I told this story before. And the last door we opened before we went upstairs, we didn't know was a bedroom. And there was a man in the bed.
Oh, you got an extra bedroom.
Yeah. And I just looked at my client. He's like, what do we do? I'm like, run.
Oh my God.
We're getting the hell out of here.
When I was showing one time, he pulled a gun out on us.
Oh my God.
Like, what are you doing? He was like, who are you? I was like, I'm here to show the property.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm fighting with him. Of course, there's a gun to my head, but I'm fighting with him. I'm like, you should not be pulling guns on people.
Right.
What are you doing?
That freaks me out even more then.
It's annoying.
Those guys thought that after we got out, it took me 5 minutes to lock the lockbox. And then these three college kids come running out the door. And they're like, hey, what are you doing? I'm like, I promise I'm a realtor. I was just showing the property. He's like, oh, sorry. They never told us you were coming. And I was like, okay.
Okay, whatever.
Yeah, that's what we always hear. They never told us.
Yeah, that's always the story.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe not, right? It's probably 50-50.
Right. It is. Yeah, but yeah, so I hate rentals. I hate when somebody calls me I'd like to see this rental. I'm like, oh.
You want to hear a funny story about a rental?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. So I used to own this 6-unit apartment complex, and it's not in a the part of town that it's in is actually like pretty nice, but the building that I owned, like literally the cops were there a couple times and they were like, is this like a halfway house? Like, it's just like dilapidated, but it's not because I didn't repair it. It's just like how it was. It's like over 200 years old. It's like a patchwork house. Like, it's just, you could not fix it. You know what I mean? The ceilings were like 20 feet high. Anyway, just this very dramatic building. So the way that it was set up, there was like 3 entrances into the building. So it's 6 units. No, there was 4, 6 units. And one of the doors went to 2 of the apartments. So it just only went to those 2. And there was like a hallway dividing them. And in one of the apartments was a guy who was a hoarder, like legitimate hoarder. He only lived there for 3 months. His entire apartment was packed. Plus he filled up the entire basement, which he didn't have a car. So I'm not sure like how he got the stuff. Like somebody helped him move all this crap in.
Oh my God.
The other side, unbeknownst to me, well, I found out later. I mean, I found out during the process. Right. But he was a pimp. Okay. So like a real one.
What a combination.
Well, wait, it gets better. So they are both like, they were paying their rent. And so like, it's fine, you know, whatever, like nothing was really happening. And then like some things happened. Like for one, there was like some girls outside and I was like, you can't do that here. Like you're not allowed to do that here. Right. So I kicked like both of them out because the one hoarder like ended up not paying his rent and the other one was a pimp. And like, you can't do that here. Like you can't run a business in my apartment building. You know what I mean?
That's not a legal business.
Right. But like, right. Exactly. Yeah. So I kicked them out. But the guy that was like a hoarder, we were cleaning it out. So we had to get a couple of dumpsters of stuff. We were cleaning it out and he came pedaling on his bike, like his little 10-speed bike. And he was screaming at us and yelling. He's like, I want my stuff. And I'm like, dude, we have 2 dumpsters worth of stuff here. Like, what are you talking about? And he like gets into one of the dumpsters, pulls out this trunk, you know, like the big trunks we used to have when we were little kids, like pulled out this trunk, but it dropped and all over the place was like video camera. Like it was a big box of porn videos, like all this stuff. And then he like puts it all back and like I was like, that's all he came for was this. And then I'm thinking, these guys had a business, right?
Together.
The one's a pimp. This one has like, I was like, you guys could have paid your rent. There would be no problem.
You're making bank. You can pay me.
Come on. Anyway, I got kicked out.
And their porn stash too.
Yeah, I got thrown away.
Don't you wonder how many people came knocking again after that?
I mean, I didn't really.
You should really think about that. Might be freaky.
They sold that building.
Yeah, that's not your problem. Oh, the horrors that happened there.
Well, it was like definitely haunted for sure. I mean, it was over 200 years old. It was like an old carriage house or something. And it was weird. It was creepy.
Those are really cool if they're still in good condition.
Yeah. And it's not like it was in bad condition. It was just like patched together. They just had too many additions on it. You know, it was one of my first ones. I made a mistake. It happens.
Yeah.
Yeah. It had some good stories, but.
So now do you interview your tenants better?
Well, that one I couldn't
get line of work.
I know, right? That one I like could not get anybody to live there, so I just like kind of had to take whoever, you know.
Right.
Now I just buy better properties.
Right. In better parts of town. Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Totally. Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely.
All right. So tell me about the story you told me about the pictures.
Oh,
Since we're talking about porn. I mean,
I know. Why is there so much porn in my life?
It only involves you.
Okay, so I'm cold calling. That's what I do. And it was like, and it wasn't an expired listing. I don't know where I got, maybe it was a for sale by owner or circle prospecting or something. So I'm calling and it's this neighborhood I really love in Northern Kentucky. Like this neighborhood sells like crazy. Like people love living there. I was like, I was really excited. I was kind of newer in the business or whatever. And I was like really excited to go. And I do a lot of like pre-qualification of the sellers ahead of time. And the guy seemed like a little weird, but I was like, I mean, people are weird. Like it's fine, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
He's like, I think he even told me, he was like, you know, a couple other realtors have come and they said they want me to take my pictures down, but I'm thinking like, pictures of your family, like, And I'm like, okay, I mean, you can go either way with that. A lot of people say take it down. I'm kind of one of those people. I'm like, it doesn't matter. Like,
it doesn't matter to me.
Yeah.
I mean, you live there.
You live there, right? That's what I'm thinking. And like, I don't know. I think it's weird. Anyway. So I get there and he answers the door and he does seriously look like a 1970s pimp. There's a lot of pimps on this podcast too, apparently. So he's like, his shirt's like wide open, like it's not buttoned until the bottom, down at the bottom. He's got like this big chain on, his like chest hair is out, and he seems like he's high. And I'm like, okay, whatever, whatever. That's how he lives.
Right.
So I get in there, and if you can picture like your grandma's house where there's pictures of everyone and their pictures are like stacked. So they're like every square inch of wall is pictures. Mm-hmm. That's what this was, except all of the pictures were like snapshots of naked people, different random naked people in like different poses. And I was like, dude, they were everywhere in every room of the house. It's a 2-story house. It was like a 4-bedroom house. They were everywhere. I was like, dude, you have to take these down,
Right.
It's so many. And I was looking, I was like, are these the same people? Are they different people? They were different people. Maybe he was like a professional photographer or something. I don't know.
What kind of professional photographer?
I don't know. Like a boudoir.
Even in the boudoirs, or however you say those.
Boudoir, I think.
Yeah. Those shoots. I mean, they at least have like some coverage.
Yeah, this was not. There was none. No,
this wasn't classy like that.
All ages, like everything, like the range, the gamut. And I was like, are these like, they were literally like all different people in every room, living room, dining room, kitchen, all 4 bedrooms, all the hallways, like everywhere. I was like, this is nuts. I've never seen so many pictures. We got so it was
crazy. Don't know where your cameras are.
Right? Probably. It was weird. He yelled at me and I was like, I just can't. I was like, you have to take them down. It's just not appropriate.
Right.
To sell your house. I can't take pictures of these naked people and like put them on the MLS. You know what I mean?
Right.
And anyway, he ended up not listing with me.
Did he list with anybody?
No.
He kept it.
Yeah, he kept it. I think. I don't know. I should look it up.
Matter, I guess.
What's that?
I said, I guess the pictures matter to him. I mean,
pictures do matter. Take them down.
Yeah, can you imagine if somebody did actually put that on the MLS, or if he decided to do FSBO and put it on Zillow?
But I think a bill of sale by owner is fine, right?
If they're selling, would that be like considered like distributing pornography or something? I mean, couldn't you?
I don't know. What is it?
Obviously, I don't know much about this topic, but I would think you could get in trouble for posting pictures
of naked people,
of other people naked on the internet.
You know what? I think you're right.
I sure hope there's a log.
That actually sounds right. So I think you're right. Yeah. It was weird. It was weird, but they were enough to be like, this has to be a business. It didn't look like it was like sneaky pictures. You know what I mean? And they weren't like children, right?
But they were more like professional photos.
Yeah. Like from the 70s professional photos. Like not now, like they were old. I was like, this is weird, man.
Yeah.
Weird. Yeah.
I don't know how, I always say us as realtors, we have to be really quick on our feet and how we talk somebody through something, or out of something.
More like out of something.
Like, how do I talk myself backwards out of this house? And you have to be good at it. I mean, it's not like you can be rude or mean because for one, you don't want to piss the wrong person off.
True. You don't know them.
I mean, we have to step carefully, but yet, I use humor a lot to cover the uncomfortable stuff.
Yeah.
Like walking in on a male in his bedroom and I tell my client to run. Probably not how a professional would handle it, but that's all I could think of at the time was run. Get out. Save yourself.
At least nobody fell.
Oh yeah, but yeah.
I got another funny, like sort of porn one. Now since
Somebody
we're on the topic.
Somebody commented that must be an exclusive listing only.
Yeah, exactly. Private listing.
Right.
No pictures.
Right.
So I went to this. I'm mainly a listing agent. I don't do tons of buyers, which makes sense because, I get guns pulled out on me. But anyway, so I go into this one guy's house and he seemed fine. I remember he seemed fine on the phone. And I went into the house and the first floor was fine. It was like a ranch with a basement. And I go into the basement and the basement's finished. Literally, there were 10 people in this basement, but they weren't talking. Nobody was saying anything.
Mm-hmm.
And they were just sitting on this couch. And I feel like in my head, it was like a hazy, dark, nobody. I was like, what is this? What is happening here? You know what I mean? Yeah. And I go into one of the rooms in the basement because it's so weird. But what do? I don't know. You're in the, I don't know. It was weird. Right. So I go into one of the rooms and there's this camera, a camcorder, the old ones, set up, and there's and it's looking at a bed. And I was like, uh-oh. This is not good. I get myself into. This is not good. So you're talking about, I literally backed out and I was like, I can't help you. And I literally backed up the stairs and backed out of the house. I was like, no way I'm turning my back on whatever is happening here. Right. I am not going to be any part of this at all. Well, I didn't get that listing either.
Well, you didn't want that listing.
No.
It's okay to turn down a listing. Or a buyer. Yeah.
Oh, I'll tell you a story I did get the listing on. How about that? Just to redeem myself. And there's no porn. So
I gotta show you this comment. If you can't.
It's not for me. It's not my life, man. So I cold call, I door knock, expires to get listings. And when I first started, my price point was $80,000. I mean, it was really low, And I was working so hard, but I wasn't making any money. So I was I need to up my price point. And so there was this one kind of fancier neighborhood where it was a $300,000 house. Now, this was a while ago, right? So, I mean, now 300,000 is nothing, but back then it was a lot. And I was I'm going to get this listing. And I think I had called and they didn't answer the call. And so I was I'm going to go. So I showed up at their house. It was 8:00 in the morning. It might've been right before 8 or 8 on the dot. And I blocked this lady in her driveway and knocked on her door. And I was I'm here. I'm a real estate agent. I saw your house came off the market, wondered what your plans were, blah, 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 blah. I think she was scared, but she gave me the listing.
Did you show ambition?
Right, exactly.
You're a go-getter.
Exactly. I sold
that 8:00 in the morning.
I was excited when I sold that thing.
That was awesome.
Yes, finally. A real commission check. He was happy too.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
All right. Do you want to tell them about your show?
Yeah, you were on my show too.
Yes, I was.
So I have a podcast. It's for realtors. It's called Realtor Fight Club. And my co-host is Monica Weekly. And what we do is we pick realtor topics like should you take down the pictures of your house before you list? I mean, we haven't done that topic, but that could be a good one. And we battle about them. We usually have different opinions. Mm-hmm. And then we have a tiebreaker on, Sam was one of our tiebreakers one time. So it's pretty fun. It's for realtors. It's called Realtor Fight Club. Until we get in trouble by the NAR for using realtor.
Oh, you think? Oh, yeah, you can't, can you?
Then we're going to call it real.
Why did you just tell all of Facebook and YouTube that?
Who cares? I want to get in trouble. That's how we know we've arrived.
Right?
Then I'm going to change it to Real Tour Fight Club.
Right.
Yeah. Be no.
We're safe now. It's not
right. It's a Real Tour.
Right. I love it. You should do that just for fun.
I know. We will. It'll be soon.
Yeah, that's awesome. All right. Well, thank you very much for coming on. I hope everybody enjoyed your stories. I think they're hilarious.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm going to pop you out for just a second.
All right.
All right. You heard it from her. It's an interesting business, to say the least. It's always something new every day. So if you're in real estate or you're interested in getting in real estate, reach out to me. You can either email me at samstaskellsells@gmail.com, or you can send an email to funnythingsre@gmail.com. Especially if you have a story and you want to be on the show, we'd love to hear from you. So until next week, have a good week. Maybe. It never goes the way it's supposed to. I hope you enjoyed tonight's episode. I'm having so much fun with the show and with real estate, and none of this would have been possible had I not partnered with Chuck and Angela Fazio with eXp Realty. They've helped me grow and are helping me build my business.
Yeah, it's our favorite thing to do, Sam. Chuck and I have been, top realtors in the industry. We've run top teams. We actually had the second largest independent single office brokerage in the world, but we shut it down so that we can move it over to eXp. And so now we get to spend all of our time working with brilliant people like you, helping you build your business in a variety of ways. So if you're interested in hearing about what it means to partner with me, with Sam, with my husband, Chuck, Michael, Reese, Jay Kinder, it can be done. We can all work together. So just give us a call.